All right. So, Dave doesn't have an opener tonight, but I've got some story time. So, I had the pleasure of having Sony over my house this past Friday. It was a great time. Beforehand, we all got together. The Maryland crew got together. We went out to eat, and then we came back to my house for gaming and VR. And I actually have a highlight to share before we get into the show that everybody will enjoy. So let's roll that footage real quick.
I think this is the part where if you blink, it makes things worse.
Really?
Yeah, it's got cameras inside that detect your eyes.
No
and I think
shit.
this is the part where if you blink, it makes things worse. So don't blink. Whatever you do, don't blink.
Stare at her. Don't touch her.
Resist temptation. I warned you.
Later.
Can't sleep. Clown will eat me. Can't sleep. Clown will eat me.
What was the pop? Was the face Prime versus Prime?
Oh yeah, it was. I'll put that in the private chat.
That's good.
Well, Dave, I think this is where you say.
Really?
I thought it was gonna be roll that.
Roll that.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
My face in that picture, my beard is so like dark, and I've got like that. I know I got the sideburns, but dang.
Yeah, I'm working on redoing the intro. I've got a commission with my good buddy Paul Hadouken, who's going to get us some intro and outro music.
What's his name?
Paul Hadouken, like
that name is downright fierce.
Yes, it is.
He's gonna redo the drawing.
No, I'm either going to get Kevin to do it. So Kev, if you're watching, love to commission you for some updated art, or I'll do it. Either I draw, I can put pen to paper. So either or, we'll get it happen. We'll get it going, and then I now know how to animate. So we'll get it all together in the next month or so. So as soon as I have the music, I'll be able to put a new splash, because I want to have an outro as well. It gets really fancy up in here because you know what
we have an outro. We have the best outro already.
What, the good night, everybody?
No, if you're gonna have an outro,
are you talking about T telling us?
Wrap it up, Z. Wrap it up.
That's not the outro. That's the hurry the fuck up button. What I need to do is get the dude from Half Baked, the guy that played Scarface, with the wrap it up box, so he can just like kind of toasty out in the bottom right hand. So we're high production value here at Figure Action. I mean, I actually
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the.
Why did we ever give you admin rights?
You had to play the whole thing.
We're high production at Figure Action, damn it. I'm the only one commuting to Fab Studios. Anyway, we got a great show planned for everybody tonight. So if you're watching us here live, make sure you do a few things for us before we get into it, before we get started. If you're watching us here live, I want to thank you very much. We love you guys. We wouldn't be able to do this show without you all and your support. So thank you for tuning in. And if you are watching us live, pop over to that live chat. We've already got a whole bunch of cool folks hanging out with us tonight. McLatterig, we've got Mariana Shakan, TF Hustler, Toy Mafia, Effortlessly Random. We've got Big M hanging out with us, Princeton Phalanx, Brian Swanson. So hang out with some cool folks over there. And we've got Blabbering Collector joining us tonight. So hang out. We'll be interacting with you out throughout the course of the show. So, because I'm sure people are going to have a lot of stuff to say about the stuff we're showing off. Anyway, also make sure you slam that like button. Check out the link in the description below for the Teespring store. We've got some of the best priced podcasting apparel out there. You're going to look good. You're going to help us out by doing it. Make sure you share this video with your friends, and also ring that notification bell because, Dave, what do we have coming up next week?
Yeah, so I know it made it sound like I said it was this week, but I totally meant next week that we're having the definitive figure reaction episode. I'll have the notification up a little later tomorrow. We had there was some timing issues going on here. It was like
Just keep doing it with your hands. I'm gonna cap that. That we're gonna make something magic with that.
Hey, there you go.
It's close to the Street Fighter figure I'm gonna get.
Yeah, like with Street Fighter 6 coming out, we'll put you in there.
I cannot get excited. I'm sorry. To totally tangent, I was playing the demo, and I am not a fan of this modern control system where it's just literally
you can do classic. You can do classic.
Yes, but I know the next person I'm playing online that's going to completely make up for the lag of it. It's like,
we'll see. We'll see. I've heard good things about it, and we'll see. I'm excited to try out.
I ordered Armored Core 6. There's a new Mortal Kombat game coming out.
Yeah.
But anyways, how are you doing? It is Thursday, everyone. We appreciate you going on here.
Yeah.
We're gonna since I'm already breaking the rhythm, we're gonna go Zero. How are you doing? And what did you get this week?
Hey, how about that? Well, I'm doing pretty good. As I mentioned, we had Sony come down from New York this past Friday. That was an awesome time hanging out. We got to play some arcade games in my man cave. He put out a video with a collection tour of my newly formed basement. I guess it's been a 2-year work in progress, and it's still work in progress. So go check that video out. Pretty proud of what I've got down there. And
First
make
video
sure
in 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. So that's kind of. Well, I mean, technically, didn't you do or that was on Pake's channel, wasn't it? The TF News.
Oh no, that's true. I did.
Yeah.
That's not really a video per se. It's more like a live.
Yeah, it's something. It's not. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Yeah, that old one. Yeah, so that was cool. It's been a busy week. Really, just kind of getting family stuff out of the way. We had a good Memorial Day cookout. I did a pit beef, smoked sausage, some street corn. So, it's nice having that little short work week. And as for pickups, I didn't get much. I got Medieval Spawn over the weekend. And if you all know, I don't collect much McFarlane, but I was hyped for this guy. And aside from the lack of paint, he did not disappoint.
I did a review of that.
Yeah. Well, pimp your review when it's your turn. Yours is also custom painted now. Mine's just blurry because my Razor camera hates me. I need to replace this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got him. He's good. And Amazon price errored him or something because I got him for 20 and apparently he's showing up for 30. But I'll save it for you. I think you got him on sale. And then lastly, but not leastly, Sony had a gift for me when he came up. Again, another one I don't collect much of, but Super 7, I made mention that I wanted this guy, and Focus. This is the toy version of Unicron that Super 7 did, and I just love this thing. I love the I love the goofiness of it. I love the fact that they made it happen. It's really cool. This is staying on card. This is going to stay with my little Unicron shrine that I have in my basement. And I really appreciate it.
It's not little.
It's actually like here we'll compare him next to Spawn because he's like a 5-inch figure. So this is way bigger than what they normally do for the Super 7 line. And I really appreciate it because I was actually going to go to Sony. You lied twice because you did that all-time toy hunt as well. So you've had.
Oh, that's true.
3 videos. See, I watch your channel. I watch your channel, man. I was gonna make a trip to All Time on Mother's Day. I just didn't have time. I was gonna swing by there because it's near where my grandparents are buried. So normally when I go visit them, I drown my sorrows at Roy Rogers and then make a trip to All Time. So yeah, if you know Roy Rogers, yeah. What's that? All Time?
Yeah, from your.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a haul, but it literally is like 15 minutes from the cemetery where my grandparents are at. So I make the trip.
Smoke detectors for pig.
Smoke detectors for pig. Oh.
Henry's not even going to show up tonight.
Yeah,
you did all that.
That's okay. I'll switch it around, but they're all fixed. Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
like my pets.
All right. Well, on that note, Dave, you're up next. How the hell are you? And what cool things did you pick up this week?
Oh, God. So, for longtime viewers of the show, you would know I've had this drama involving my plumbing in my house. From a house flooding, to a pump being installed, to the basement being redone, to a failing inspection, to them redoing the power 3 weeks ago. And today was supposed to be the final inspection. Today was supposed to be the day that final chapter gets, that the final nail in the coffin goes through. And it failed.
Oh, shit.
They found, yeah, you weren't in the chat earlier today.
No.
So the power passed this time, but now there was like 2 things that weren't talked about in the previous inspection that were now uncovered, saying that they did it wrong. So once again, I still have this trench in my front yard that's been in there for almost a year now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So even if I had to sell this house again, which I don't want to, but even if I had to, yeah, it ain't gonna happen. As far as the acquisitions, it's been very, 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 very light. I don't even know if I mentioned last time I picked up that McFarlane Nezuko figure from the Demon Slayer line, but I bought that and I gave that to my daughter. That's reviewed on my channel. And then I also picked up the Medieval Spawn, and this is also reviewed on my channel. And this is now custom painted, and it's a great figure. And it's even better once you throw a little bit of black dry brushing on it, that's all I can say.
Did you
Plus a
think
little
this?
bit of-
Okay,
What's
you
that?
did. You did.
The skulls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just put I put the black paint right on there, and then I painted pewter on top of that.
Nice.
And those came out good. I don't know which I'm more proud of, the skulls, the belt buckle. I mean, it makes such a world of difference. But as far as the Spawn line figure goes, I have to say I think this is the best of that line. And then I've got a package coming from BBTS, but it isn't coming in until Saturday. And of course, as soon as I hit the ship button, one more thing decides to show up. Yay.
Never fails.
Never fails. And then, as we'll probably talk about the news, I dumped a whole lot of money on pre-orders this week. Whew. I'm not sure if we're talking between Hasbro and Bobby Valla. They got my money.
It's going to be an interesting one coming up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to talking about it.
That's
Next,
That's a good figure.
next up, we're going to make him come off mute. Mr. Junkie on Crafts and Builds. Mike, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool?
Hello, guys. It's been a great week, a very fast week, and a lot of stuff going on. So my acquisitions are pretty light as well. First off, it was great to see everyone this past weekend. A lot of fun.
Everyone. Yeah, I know. Great to see everyone.
You were there in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit.
And through Messenger. But let's see. So thanks to Sony and his drive, I was given this wonderful 3D printed gift, which is really cool, and I want to deconstruct it to figure all the pieces and parts out when I have time.
AKA reverse engineer.
Yes. But it's really cool. I like it a lot, so thank you very much for it. And also that evening, thanks to Partsformer, I acquired a Mezco Batman, which is really cool. I did clean up the gray that was the protectant on him, so now he's all shiny. So that's really wild. I just didn't put the cape on because I literally got him out just 2 seconds ago. This was a random that I found Saturday morning, and I thought it was kind of cool. So this
That's
is
how I met my wife.
No comment. This is the Indiana Jones from the Temple of Doom at the opening scene at the the Cafe Obi-Wan, and the face sculpt is actually really, really nice, and the articulation and sculpting isn't bad either. So I was really surprised, considering I saw some of the reviews from like the Raiders of the Lost Ark that Indy didn't look really that great, but he's nice, and he'll be a nice filler for photos and dios and stuff.
I think that's still the best Indiana Jones
Movie
Temple
or
of
figure?
Temple of Doom.
Really?
Really?
I still think that's the best one.
This is a B-side conversation.
Yeah, it is.
It's really it's really good. And last thing was a Amazon purchase, thanks to seeing something online. But for $8, I picked up this little Buzz Lightyear plasma laser, which is really good to be repainted into a I don't know, mortar, rocket, something. I don't know, but I don't know if you can tell. I got cover grills inside.
Colors.
So, so cover grills inside. I didn't really do a great job in getting her posed, but she does fit in there. And if I want to, the hands can fit on the controllers that are on each side, or up here at the actually sculpted control screen, which I'm surprised. And it has the slide. It has the articulation here for the handles, so you can pull the figure in and out. And it comes with not only one, but two little shooty thingies for $7.
You should tag Articulated Ninja. You should tag Articulated Ninja in that for that.
I will.
I will. That.
Or else I'll thank him personally, because next week I will be down in Augusta, Georgia for Joe Fest. So I hopefully will be able to get online remotely and talk about figures. But that's all I have. So Zero, what about you, man?
Well, no, I've already gone.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, we broke the order.
We threw the rhythm off. You were the last one.
No, we still have Sony. So
all right.
Last, but certainly not least.
Everybody's off.
Sony, how's your plumbing?
My plumbing is good, internal and external.
Yeah,
I didn't get much, so I was away for 2 weeks and I didn't do any reviews, but nothing came in anyway, so there was nothing to review. Freakenstein, who's in your chat occasionally, sent me this t-shirt for free. Nice guy. So he makes t-shirts. Here's his thing. Nice. He has a channel too, I guess. So if you want to check out his channel, that was nice.
Yeah, send me the link. I'll put him in the show description.
Yeah,
anybody that wants to check him out. Is he the one that did the one you're wearing now?
No, this is Pake.
So that was Pake. Okay.
Actually,
I see it now.
He's working with ages 3 and up. He's hawking their wares, so I liked it. But it shrunk, so now it's kind of tight. So I don't know. I got this guy. He's the Diceling. Why is this not focusing? It's pretty good. It's the dog, the six-legged dog.
It's a Displacer Beast.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's called the Displacer Beast.
We call him, Displacer Beast. Yep. And then I got that one. Yes, I was confirming that it is, in fact, Displacer Beast. One big purchase.
It is an established fact. I know more about this stuff than any of y'all.
I would not deny that.
That's why you're here, Dave. You keep us honest.
I would definitely not deny that.
That and the memes.
So I got this PlayStation VR after playing at Zero's house. Last night I played the football game. Have you played the football?
I haven't. I saw there's a demo, so I'm not a big football guy. So
I'm not like. I mean, I guess I like football, but I'm not like a huge. But this is amazing because you're on the field, you're the quarterback. You snap the ball, they throw it to you, and you basically have to, pick a player and get rid of it. And if you don't, they tackle you, and you feel it. It vibrates.
Did you do the scream?
I didn't. But it is very impressive. I'm going through all the demos, just trying them all before I commit to a game, other than Gran Turismo. But everything else, I'm just trying all the demos.
You're not going to get Switchback?
I haven't. Wait, which one is that?
That was the shooter.
Oh, probably not. I don't know. We'll see. That's it for me.
Right on. Well, cool. I guess from here we can get into news because boy, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So I guess we'll get into our Transformers news first, and let's actually start with one that wasn't in the title card because this is a really odd one. And I'm sure you guys have had a chance to look this one over, but this was revealed. What was it, the day before yesterday?
Yep.
And this is a crowdfunded Japanese masterpiece scale Optimus Prime. So I'm assuming this is starting at 11,000 yen. And let's see. Let me do a conversion because I know there's multiple tiers. We'll get into some of the pictures here real quick. It's kind of hard to decipher what this all comes with in the different tiers.
My issue is why make it a Japanese only crowd. It's $80, by the way. But
Yeah, so that's like
not
the
NASA.
yeah. Well, it's not NASA though. I know Japan had like a lunar lander, and I'd love to know the history on this.
Well,
like
it's Toyota. So
yeah,
that's the Japanese.
They love that. They love that base, though.
Like so, there's multiple tiers to this being crowdfunded. There's a base tier. It sounds like they are shipping internationally. I'm going to go over to that crowdfunding page. Now, this campaign doesn't. It's through a site called Campfire. Again, I'm assuming it's like a typical Japanese crowdfunding site, but why did I go to StreamYard?
Well, if you go there and look at it, it's wildly confusing, even if you translate the
right.
page. So I didn't really feel comfortable buying it, not knowing what the hell I'm looking at.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and translate this after I just boomered this. Like sharing my own face. So yeah, translate to English. Again, this looks like it's going live in about 5 days, 23 hours. So we should have more details there. And again, all of this stuff here, I'd probably have to run it through Translate to see if it says anything that wasn't in any of the listings. But here we see that base one that's about $80. You get the Land Cruiser Prime, you get the Land Cruiser Prime main body, solar panel parts, antenna parts. I like how they list the instruction manuals in there. They're saying also this is a prototype. Very interesting that they chose Masterpiece scale for this. It looks like it's a very, very simple transformation.
Looks like the same people who designed Raiden.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think this one looks more along the lines of whoever did the Prime for Siege. It's got a lot of the same aesthetics, a lot of the same silhouette. I mean, it's a good looking Prime. And if shipping's not too bad for what they're asking, I'd like one. It's a very unique piece. I'm sure it's probably going to be kind of up there in value. And Jedi's got a good point here. He says this would be better if it was in Magnus colors. I can't disagree with that.
I'm interested in it. I just don't know how to freaking buy it.
Right.
I'm wait till an import site gets it. Like BBTL.
Well, if they do, because the one thing to keep in mind is that the Takara Mall will get the HasLab stuff in there.
Yeah.
So will Hasbro Pulse extend that to U.S. customers? That's a good question.
Right. There's a weird thing in the comments about, if you read the Japanese. Oh, you have it up on the screen. It says that you have to submit your name in Japanese, and they will put it up on the website as having backed, but it must be in Japanese, and it can't be offensive, apparently.
You can just go to Google Translate and run your
Yeah.
name through there.
Anyway.
Yeah, I feel like this is definitely one where it's a wait and see, because I feel like if you're doing all this and you're doing Google Translate, it's going to be very difficult to track your order. Something could get lost. I mean, I'd want to know that there's international shipping first. So
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for BBTS.
Yeah, it's neat, but okay, you guys are Prime completionists. I can see that, and it's nice seeing a new style of Prime. But yeah, I'm okay with it.
yeah, well, I'm curious what the chat's feeling about this. Big M says pretty cool, might be tempted. I also am curious why this is a crowdfunding piece, because there's so many Optimus Prime collectors out there, and they did that Canon Transformers collaboration, and that thing's so terrible looking. Like,
Yeah,
why?
but see, that's not MP, right?
Well, it's not MP, but it's still like, look at the price. This is $80. It's
I know.
a very low risk.
That's what I mean.
You
They
know?
should have just
Yeah.
sold it.
I feel like the Canon Optimus Prime would have been a better crowdfunding option, because it was like $150. It's a very niche market. It's not a very good design. I think this is a great looking Optimus Prime, a very unique looking Optimus Prime. I mean, it's based off of a real vehicle. There's kind of some history to, you know, what they're doing with it. It appeals to people that are space enthusiasts, Toyota enthusiasts, Prime enthusiasts, whereas that Canon one, you know,
I still don't get why people bought that.
Right.
You know what? If I want a toy camera, it better turn into 3 little robots I can call Reflector.
right.
It's Prime, right?
Okay, let's put it this way. This says it all for me. It's an easy pass, yo.
Yeah.
Next.
All right. So next up, we get a look at a figure we all knew was coming. We get Masterpiece Hoist. This is MP58. And,
Oh my god! That whoever posed that.
I can't tell if that is you like it or you don't. Wow,
That posting makes it look it makes his gun arm look like it's like just a single. The hell?
I mean, so they're going for super tune.
Super tune. Like he doesn't even have
He
the
doesn't have
crotch
hips.
plate.
Yeah.
Well, that's accurate. Like on the tune, like his hips are kind of coming from the car hood.
Yeah, they nail the look, but if you don't like that, then this isn't gonna help.
Right.
What he just said.
Now I like this. I something about the colors. I like this slightly metallic far screen. I like how they did the white. I'm a big fan of this mold when it came to Trailbreaker.
Ugh,
So
those shoulders. Ugh.
See, the thing about Takara is in hand they look so much better than they do in these pictures. Like I think this is a good looking picture though. This is pretty fucking cool, to be honest.
If you like it, then you win. I'll leave it at that.
I also really like the Toyota license on this. I mean, I've gushed about this truck.
That window bothers me though.
What's that?
There's a hole.
The open.
Yeah. They could have filled that.
Yeah.
But it does look super duper accurate. The other thing we were talking about yesterday with T was it doesn't look like it's going to clear the ground. Like see the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, Trailbreaker does. I think it'll probably be a little on the tight side because yeah, he's got some extra engineering going on there.
Might be mistransformed too.
Yeah, typical with Takara, I don't think they are. I mean, I think it's really just these big old hips. I'm a little concerned about like how the outward hip articulation is going to work because it kind of looks like he's got something similar going on to like remember what the Soundwave had. McGladerick says that the window is tune accurate. I don't really remember.
I'm on it.
Yeah,
I want to point out that Hoist is also one of my least favorite Transformers of all time.
It's not very inspiring.
He's not one of my favorite, but when I was a kid, I loved tow trucks, and so
I'm just saying. But literally, I could say if someone said, "Which Transformers did you just not like?" He is easily in my top
It
3.
is accurate.
Here, put that in the private chat. I'll pull it up.
Wow, it is super duper accurate.
10 points for McLaren.
Okay, I guess I changed my mind. Oh
So-
shoot, that link didn't. You got to copy the whole thing.
Here, let me go back to the private chat.
That's wild. I never knew it was a T-top. I guess it was always a T-top. Like a T-top tow truck.
He's a little T-top, short and stout. His gun is a handle.
One more.
Go on, finish it. You committed.
The sign makes me pout.
Move this man! All right. So
Okay.
yeah, let me go ahead and we'll share this out here. Yeah, that is I mean, there's nothing under there. He clears, but wow, that is nuts.
And the trailer, and the weird wheel trailer thing.
Yeah. I never knew.
Well, now we know how Huffer was able to sit inside him.
Right. Well, yeah, legit. Never knew stuff you forget, or stuff you just kind of didn't notice. You
just didn't notice. Yeah.
So very cool. I'm in for this one. I'm assuming that Sony, you'll probably review it, but
I always buy Masterpiece, so even if this one I'm on the fence of whether I actually want it, but my channel is Masterpiece, so I gotta have
Kev says hips don't lie.
it.
So yeah, I guess the shot kind of gives you a look, but again, I'm a little concerned. Like, is he going to have full outward hip articulation again? He's not a character that I want having doing the splits, but I'm guessing that this probably is more like a universal where it flips forward and then rotates out. So you're going to have to fake it, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he's just going to have like your standard outward hip articulation. Why is my camera lagging? That's bizarre.
It's weird. Like you'll fast forward. It's very strange.
Yeah, that's what threw me off for a little bit. You're just like, I was like,
yeah, I'm like max headrooming over here. Yeah, even the gray tires. So good stuff.
We can move on, but
all right, yeah, we'll move on to the next one. We got another masterpiece to talk about, and I don't think we'll spend much time on this because spoilers. I'm the only one interested, and I know you guys are not. So
I am getting it, FYI.
so,
but it's not for me. It's for
right.
Oh my lord. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this.
So you get a look at
that
the
Moon
next
Studios behind your shoulder there looks so much better, Sony.
looks don't equate to fun.
Nope.
So yesterday someone said Crushinator, and I was like, that's it. It's definitely Crushinator.
So someone do a retool or a fan bash of that. I love him.
It looks like he has coolers for thighs or shins.
Stuff bot.
They do kind of look like Yeti coolers for his shins. I can't unsee
Wow.
that.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful, Mike.
The next pose is nice, though.
Yeah. Now, I will say this one, this is a cool pose. This is probably the least accurate of the train bots I've seen so far because the chest is just kind of off.
You know how bad it reminds me of? It is so bad, it reminds me of Core Class Grimlock.
It's not that bad. That's that Core Class
Bot
Grimlock
mode,
is...
The proportions remind me of the bot mode of Core Class Grimlock. That's what
that
the
Grimlock doesn't even
fuck
have...
does he have a lightsaber for?
What the hell?
So that sword must be for.
No, it's not.
It's not.
Look at
He has a lightsaber.
Yeah,
look
but
at
why is this
look
so
at the
big?
combined Raiden mode.
Yeah, it's blue. But is that supposed? Is that like the structure that slides inside the other edges? Because we haven't seen the actual sword yet, right?
I mean, it's right there.
Right there. But I mean, with any of the figures that have come out so far.
And oh my god, that combined mode looks horrendous.
I think the issue is the torso, like between the pelvis and the torso, there's not enough space. Like they could have done something to.
Okay, what was it? Powers, that Devastator they did 7 years ago was so much better than this.
Better looking as a silhouette. I mean, those figures didn't have that much engineering.
He did. He had a light sword, apparently. 13th episode of Headmaster's cartoon. So that does go to Raiden.
Okay, but
oh,
yeah. I mean, the Moon Studios one looks nice. I wish you could come to my house and mess with the combined mode, Dave, because it's like I said, the looks can be deceiving. Now, it's funny, like when Sony like first came down and saw my collection, he goes, "I keep these in robot mode." But I do, and for what they are, I like them for individual bots. I think they're fun figures. I know they're not for everybody, and I'm willing to willing to accept that they're, not for everyone.
But someone told me if you're a chug collector, they are perfect because they fit perfectly. They look good. Like they go really well with a chug collection. So, and we never got them before. We've never gotten one.
I'm looking at the train leg right there, that green train leg, and the gun placement thing that's sitting on the side. And
That's
it's
accurate.
But all that gap is just, again, the moon one is just it just what's right up to it.
Yeah. Go to the next. So go to the
Deluxe isn't
pants.
liking it.
Go to the pants mode. That's the thing that like really I was like, what are they doing here?
Yeah, I think that the upper thigh is too short, and there just needed to be something. Like they could have like thrown in like a little train car to extend out the torso, or what they could have done, and this might sound silly, but they could have done that with the tracks. Like basically had the tracks, like one set of tracks actually kind of fold up and collapse and make a torso filler to extend it.
What's confusing? Whoa.
I'm gonna refresh real quick to see if I can fix my
right.
whatever's going on with Chrome. Give me 1 sec.
I think what's confusing about this guy is he's so bulky down low, so you would expect that the legs become the combiner legs, but they don't. They just become butt.
Listen, as someone who's bulky below, I can attest that it's right now. I'm sorry, but I feel when a third party already is releasing the project at frankly a more economical level, and I know that the Moon Studios one, 5 out of the 6 were good, and that 1 out of 6 was meh, but I can deal with that kind of ratio of 1 being meh and 5 being fantastic.
Right.
And then especially in that combined mode, as I said, it looks good, and most people are taking these combined modes and doing exactly what you did, of looking on your shoulder and putting it there, and I'm not going to touch it ever again. This reminds me of TFC Leo Kaiser, TFC Hades. It reminds me very much of that.
I like the energy that Kev's bringing here. Pass on the riding for me, but happy for the guys, fans that want it.
I am too. They've never gotten it. You've never gotten this figure, so there you go. We'll move on.
So, all right. Next up, we get another one. This one's kind of polarizing too, and I think this one's going to be a pass for me. As much as I want to love this, we get a second Jurassic Park collaboration, and I really like the concept behind this one. This is the Dilophosaurus, aka the Spitter, and kind of a Dennis Nedry inspired Jeep. So
I think this would look great if it was paired with an air racer that was painted like a swallow.
Oh, Jesus.
And I'm still lagging.
Dude, it actually looks kind of cool because like your head goes like this. It's
well, Max Headroom looked cool for the time.
Okay. I like that the Dinobot though is an original and not just a repaint like the T-Rex was.
Right.
Both
of
cool.
them, they look really good. Why'd you say it was polarizing?
Well, for a couple of reasons. One, this is 2 deluxes, and the listing is for $74.99.
Okay,
I think that's a price error, to be honest.
Hmm.
And the second reason I think it's really polarizing. We'll skip ahead. This for a crossover. Look, I get the plastic-free packaging stuff, but when you're doing these crossovers, packaging is 90% of the appeal for these.
That's a really bad Photoshop.
It's a bad Photoshop. It's not representative of the figure. I mean, it looks, it just looks Jurassic Park. That's cool, but it's not a throwback to. Like the thing I loved about the first crossover is it was like, boom, we recreated the movie scene. How cool would this have been if they had like this kind of like staggered, where you had the Jeep up on a cardboard cliff, and you had the Dolphin like in the foreground, or if they made this look like a throwback to the old Kenner packaging. This is bland and boring, and I'm not an in-box collector, but that's how I keep my crossover stuff, because like I said, the packaging is like 90% of the appeal of these.
I'd say the price would be more polarizing than the figures.
Yeah, I would also say the price is the problem right now.
Yeah,
because the fact is that these seem like original figures. I mean, I don't know, is that a Hound thing?
I'm pretty sure this is the Earth Mode Hound, and I'm pretty sure that they kind of have him partially mistransformed to kind of replicate Dennis Nedry's gut.
You know what? I'm fine with that. And then,
I'm fine too.
And I like that the dinosaur is all original.
I like that the hard hat comes off.
Yeah,
actually, that's the hard hat coming off is a selling point for me. That was stuck on there.
I mean, it's cool that he gets the effects piece. The Dolphin is the spitting effects piece. I mean, I want to love the set. I think this is a pre-tool for Iguanas, to be honest.
Were you gonna say something, Mike?
Nope. I'm listening.
I thought you were trying to butt in and get in.
Nope.
I think it looks good in both modes. I like all the accessories. The only thing I haven't reasoned that I bought it is the price. I'm guessing it's the price here.
Actually, I like this Jeep better than the other Jeep.
What other Jeep?
They did the Jazz retool
crossover. This is a better looking alt mode. In fact, that soft top, that's not from Hound. Didn't have that top on.
No, he doesn't.
No, yeah, I actually think that's a better figure. So,
I'm gonna like wait on this one. I feel like it'll go on clearance. I mean,
oof. Sheesh. How's your neck feel on there?
Wait, me?
Yeah, you did a little. It's the first time I saw it.
Well, Amazon will adjust the price anyway, right? If it's wrong.
They will.
So.
Yeah.
I mean, the other one was overpriced as well. Let's start with that one there. Everyone was counting down to that thing going down in price, and if this was, for example, with today's pricing, I'm the first to bitch about pricing. If this was $60, that'd be two $30 figures, which is the average deluxe right now is $25. You know, coupled with the licensing fee, I'd be like, okay, I could see it. I'm not saying I'm gonna buy it, but I could see it. $75 is way too much for what it is.
Yeah, the original is at $50. It's more than 50% off right
for
now.
a leader and a deluxe, and that was after the price hikes.
It's down to $50, right? Like you can buy it from Amazon right now.
And I've seen that original one go for, like even less. I've seen it go for closer to 30.
Really?
Yeah. It was like a GameStop sale when they were doing their clearance thing.
I'd actually be happy if they just packaged those two dinosaurs together. I'd actually buy those. I like that T-Rex looks great, and this Dilophocan, Dilo here looks great.
So,
all right. So wait for the price to drop, is what you're saying.
Here,
absolutely,
100%.
Patience saves pockets.
Hey,
oh God,
bigly.
Where is it? Where's my? Where's the button?
I got it.
Here, give me 1 second.
Oh no, not that.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna stop Chrome. I'm gonna see if Edge stops my issues here.
Sorry,
no, we like it. It's cool.
1 second. I'll be right back.
All right.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, are you guys gonna order it even if the price?
I'm gonna wait. If anything,
for clearance. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for clearance.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the first one. I think it's safe to say that this is a the first one was a patient saves pockets. These licensing thing, it's a novelty. It is a pure novelty.
Yeah, I didn't know that the hat came off though. That's kind of cool. Because the first one had a hat.
I thought the hat was stupid. Now that it comes off, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, the first one it didn't. So I'm happy they did that.
Oh, I forgot. Now that Pig's here, I'm ready for him. If you were in his live stream last night or earlier this week.
What did he do? I passed out sleep last night.
Oh, he had a blaster in his butt. I'll leave it at that.
Explains
Just
his
watch the
attitude
stream.
and his posture.
Glad you're here today, Pake.
Yeah.
As always. What do we got next? You're on mute there,
you're on mute.
Zero.
Holy 2019! I feel like I'm in an old Zoom call at work.
Oh no.
Zero, we detect your presence, but we can't hear you. Make yourself known.
All right.
So
I preferred the Max Headroom version. Zero.
I don't
honestly.
know, but we could do like our own fan dub with this.
Oh, that's true.
that's right. We can meme the memer. Memer.
But anyway, I don't know now. I'm gonna, since he's off here, I want to go ahead. I'll jump a little. Do we have any more Transformer news, or are we start talking about other stuff now?
I'm gonna have to reboot
Hey.
Home Network because this is driving me nuts. It's like, hey, the IT guy is the one having the fucking.
Oh,
Wait,
You're doing great right now. So
entry.
Uh-oh.
oh,
Am I the only? Oh, wait.
Oh my!
So I'm not the only one with internet issues. Apparently.
It's Peter Quill.
Well, before we get into our next bit, Matt, how the hell are you? And did you get anything cool?
Hey everybody. I'm pretty good. I just got my son to bed, which is usually why I'm late. Because as he's getting older, he
Yeah.
fights me more.
same here.
So, oh, is Pake here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, classy as
Oh.
always.
We tried to put a recorder in his butt, but he ran away.
Hmm. Well, I'll have to watch the replay on that one.
It was something from Bandcamp. I don't know.
Oh, you mean the instrument recorder? Because I'm thinking like a Simon, or something like a, or not Simon. The what was the thing from Home Alone?
Talk Boy?
Talk Boy, yeah. I was thinking maybe it was jamming a Talk Boy up there.
Wait.
problem.
It's on his OnlyFans.
Wow.
Apparently, Kevin says I'm Modoc now, or Modak. What's that acronym for? Because it's Modoc.
Massive organism designed only for killing.
No, but
Yeah.
this is DAK. What does the A stand for?
Mechanized organism designed absolutely.
Anyway,
Evan?
Matt, how you doing?
Did you get?
So I had a few things. I don't have them all with me, so I'll have to feature some next week because I couldn't get stuff together. I got something in that Dave's really excited about that I'm not going to talk about tonight. I'll let him do it because I don't have the accessories out, and it's kind of it's kind of lackluster if I just present it as it is. So I'll let Dave talk about it when he gets his next week.
And it's my fault he bought it.
It is. So it's ultimately up to him to tell the world about it. Well, what I did get was this was a cheaper thing, like a random pickup. I have the paper here because it's called Assassination Squad something in Chinese. But it's this dude. So he's a robotic cop. But not RoboCop because that's a licensing issue. So this guy, him and his robotic dog, which is over on the desk, was $55. He's die cast from the waist down. He's got a bunch of accessories and ports all over him for the accessories. He's got guns and he's got magnetic parts on him, so his chest piece is magnetic. And then he's got binoculars. It's got a built-in magnet that actually activates the lights in his eyes. So this cross piece lights up red. All that for $50 plus a fully articulated robot dog that goes with him. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, but he's cool.
There's a dog.
It's over there. I'm not getting up. Oh, here's a picture of the dog.
And I got to see Matt's house. Oh, that's
There's a
pretty cool.
picture of the dog.
That's cool.
Kind of looks a little like Ravage, which is kind of crazy because four-legged robot is four-legged robot. But this guy's painted real well. He's got weathering on him. He's got the articulation. He's really cool. Like I said, he's pretty cheap for what he is. And like, there's some details on the backpack that you could change out to other backpacks and missile components and bits and bobs. And so that's that dude. And then today I got in one of the tiniest primes, not the world's tiniest, but I got in a Dr. Wu Prime Commander or whatever the hell he's called. He's real. Like I like him way more than I thought I would. Like I thought I'd like him anyway, but he's really good. Super happy with him. I told Sony, I was like, now what other color do I need to get? Because he's pretty cheap, and he actually comes with. Let me open up the trailer here for anybody that doesn't know. So he comes with the trailer, and he comes with a full rack of accessories. He doesn't have the usual repair bay, but he's got. See if you can see that. But he's got the axe, the gun, 2 repair bay arms you can use, and a little T roller,
Nice.
little roller.
Nice.
That can actually tow the trailer. So, and the trailer's got all the trailer features, including the opening rear part. It's got the struts, but they're just molded, so you can't actually use them.
Where did you order from?
Shozi.
Okay, because I ordered from TCP like a year ago, and I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah, they sent yours to me. Thank you. And then the last thing that I'll talk about, I got something from the meetup from Tavari from T-Man, but I don't have it here. I don't know. It's upstairs, so I'll talk about that next week. But this was a gift from Sony. He gave me my first ever 3D printed. he gave me my first ever 3D printed luchador, and he's really cool. I like him.
You got a little belt for him. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know what to say. He's very well articulated, and he's all 3D printed. So it comes with a whole baggie of accessories.
Nacho.
The cape and belt are accessories I added after the fact, but I know a luchador when I see one. And
Is that a Doctor Strange cape?
It is, yeah.
What Doctor Strange did you sacrifice that from?
It's a third-party aftermarket cape from someone on Instagram. I'll have to see who I bought it from.
Okay.
So the Strange it came off of was the Marvel Legends movie Madness Strange.
So Kev wants to know if you could send him the link to get that RoboCop.
It's on 5K Toys.
Kevin, you already own 6 of them, man. Like, what are you talking about? You just go back and look. I'll send it to you. But that's all I got. Everything else is going okay. I can't complain. I've been doing Tears of the Kingdom. Have you guys talked about that in the slightest?
No. This is a toy discussion channel.
All I know is that T-Man and I are playing it correctly and saving the princess, and Mr. Henry Pake here in the chat apparently thinks that that's not important. He's just running around catching butterflies and making flaccid,
He's making planks that shoot.
He's making
that shoot tears.
Planks that shoot blanks.
Tears of the phallus.
Yeah. So,
or the
meanwhile, his poor Princess Zelda is just where she's been the whole time. She has she could have been trapped for 100 years with Pake at the helm. She's going to be trapped for 100 more. She's just
shoot blanks. Dude, I think I've got the name of my midlife crisis cover band, baby.
So,
did we have more Transformers news, or was that it?
There's more.
I'm done talking. So go right back into it.
We were on
Torturing Koroks. That's what.
You know what though? It's not just that. It's a carryover too from Breath of the Wild, where if you find a Korok under a rock, the most satisfying thing in the world is to drop that rock on him. Like just put the rock down, hear it make its sound, and walk away.
I think we need to do a B-side for Tears of the Kingdom, though. I think that needs to happen. So we'll have that happen.
Well, how far? I mean, how much have you? Without giving spoilers, are you decent way into
doing
Who knows?
hieroglyphs and shrines. So I've done maybe like 30 shrines.
Have you done any temples?
No.
Okay, so my suggestion, if you haven't already talked to T about it, is don't do the glyphs. Do the temples first.
Oh well, I'm like 6 glyphs in. So
Okay. I think
Is that
there's
like
12.
three?
so-
Is 6 glyphs like 3 knuckles?
I guess maybe.
Right, but it's that spot between the wrist and the elbow. It's like
Anyway. Hey,
It's-
Shadow Striker.
Yeah. You have to. That's why people have tattoos of like rollers right here, so they can.
That's the
Never
Mike
mind.
Matei method. Anybody knows Mike Matei. Melee Games was in the chat. They know. Anyway, Legacy Evolution Deluxe Class Shadow Striker. Boy, oh boy. This is as Dave pointed out, this is definitely a pre-tool for Robots in Disguise, Sideburn.
Still an ugly figure.
I think the car mode is ugly, and I sincerely hope so. If you remember back, Sideburn or Speedbreaker, which was the Japanese name, had in the US, Sideburn was actually the first licensed Transformer that I can recall because it was licensed to be a Dodge Viper. So,
What? I didn't know.
Yeah,
Trax
it was just.
an RX. Trax was a Mazda RX.
But that was so Sideburn was in 2000.
Right.
2001 was when they came out in the US. So I think alternators and all, you're talking alternators, right?
Yeah, alternators, they were all licensed.
Yeah. But like I remember distinctly like buying Sideburn on the blister pack and like looking at the back and like, oh wow, they got the Dodge Viper license. That's new. And I could see because this figure is like mostly kibble. like the car mode is just all on there. So I could easily see them getting Viper parts and putting that on here. You know, I think with this one, they're kind of like walking the line between, hey, do we want to make this look Cyberverse? Like even how they painted the rims, that's like totally Cyberverse, but this isn't accurate to how she looked in Cyberverse outside of the car mode. So this is a skip for me.
Yep.
But if they do make, because I miss having the Car Brothers from Robots in Disguise. So if they go back and actually make these, the Car Brothers look the way they're supposed to, I'd be in. But
Some of the
What
most
character is this
difficult
again?
Transformers.
Shadow Striker.
yeah, so
Because it looks like a Cobra. What you call it?
Bat.
The face looks like a Cobra bat.
yeah,
Actually,
a bit.
Actually, the face reminds me of
Cobra bat.
animated Blitzwing's cold calculating.
Yeah, with the monocle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always like that. I always like that gimmick on Blitzwing. I wish they had carried that over to more stuff. I thought that
I
was
agree.
I almost feel like this doesn't look like it came from Legacy. At least the car mode.
I'll be honest. I thought it was a GI Joe crossover when I
well,
first saw it.
the car mode definitely looks like something from like the Cyberverse Adventures line, and I think that's what they're going for.
Then
I
just
love
put it
those
over
mushroom peg. Those
Yeah,
man,
God,
mushroom
they need
peg
to fix
wheels.
that.
So, all
Yeah,
right.
like-
Anyway, I think
Yeah.
next.
So
This doesn't fill me with joy, so I'm gonna pass.
And it definitely doesn't fill. It doesn't fill any of us like Blaster does with Peg.
oh Jesus.
right.
All right. So next up, we'll get to our last little bit of official news here. Actually, we have. Well, we'll skip. I think we've seen the Hound. Did we already look at the Hound that Flames Toy's doing?
I thought
Pretty
that
sure we
was
did.
new today.
Yeah, that was new today.
It might be. So real quick, 3-0 is doing a Rise of the Beast deluxe scale Bumblebee. This is their
Rise
teaser.
Factor Zero.
Looks great. I mean, this kind of could be your 76 Camaro Bumblebee if you want it to be, because it's kind of ambiguous. It doesn't really have the roll bar parts or anything. So this one does a good job of like walking the line. I think this is a really good design for the movie Bumblebee, even though the movie Bumblebee's never been my favorite design of it. I like the Bumblebee movie one. What do you guys think?
I mean, all their figures are great. So
The figures are beautiful, and I can't afford them.
if this is 8 inches.
Yeah, so same size as the previous one.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're all good. I don't like this particular design, but they have really good quality.
What's the price point on this?
Not given yet. I'm going to assume probably the 120 to 140 because you're going to get the stand. You're going to get probably 8 pairs
Right.
of hands. Yeah,
But I'm thinking of the price creep on the MDLX line too. I wonder
Right.
how
Yeah.
much. 'Cause that was a shame.
Yeah. Well, that's why I say like 140 because I'm kind of using RC as the litmus for these.
You getting this?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a maybe. I do like this design. I would prefer if they did like a original Transformers the movie to put with my Optimus. Because I really
Didn't they
would-
do that?
they did. No, they didn't do it in the deluxe scale. They did it in the
MDLX.
in the MDLX, and then also it was only the 2007 Camaro concept. So
Oh,
And see, now Sony has seen exactly where you're going to feature that in your display.
exactly,
He knows exactly where it's going to go.
Yeah. If I get this one, I mean,
Up
this
pig's
is
butt.
oh, Jesus Christ. Henry is like shaking his fist and clenching his cheeks to keep that reporter in there.
he stopped laughing. He stopped laughing.
Yeah, but he'll pull it out later and listen to the echoes of his talking. You know.
The echoes of his anus. Next up, we have the Flames Toys Hound Kit.
Ooh,
This is the first time we've seen a color sample.
what the?
Yeah,
Not a
they've been like legitimately hit or miss lately, and this is, I think, a miss. This is
I
a
agree
bigger
with
miss than the
Bro.
Soundwave.
Yep, I'm not digging it. Hound is one of my favorite characters, and I'm not digging
What?
this.
The hell?
Like, I'm put off too, but I guess I get what they're going for. But when I see that face sculpt, I'm thinking IDW Perceptor.
Yeah. I think Flames Toys really needs to step up their game with what they're doing, especially with Yellow Park. Watching the reviews for those Yellow Park kits that are coming out, one at $40 a pop, two they're about the size, and this goes to 3.0 as well. Maybe this should be a discussion. I don't know that we have time for that, but like watching like Kato, Inutabi, Larkin. I'm sorry, Inutabi, you didn't review it, but Kato and Larkin reviewing those Yellow Park figures. I think Ben's Collectibles did, and shout out to Ben's Collectibles. Did you guys see how he's like transformed himself?
Yep,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, it
very
makes me feel
ironic.
horrible about myself.
Well, I mean, it doesn't make me feel horrible about myself, but it made me inspired. Like Ben was somebody that went from being, he had a back injury a few years back. He became wheelchair bound, picked up some weight. Now the dude is shredded, and he's got numbness in his leg, but he's like in the best shape of his life, he says. And
Of any of our lives, probably.
Yeah.
yeah, well, I used to be in really good shape. I need to get
Me
back to it.
I was never in that kind of shape.
but
I'm in a round shape.
He,
He's like
it
ripped.
qualifies as
yeah.
a shape.
I think when Matt, when you and I first met, we were both in really good shape, and now.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on this? Or
So unfortunately, on TFW, I can't
all right, never mind.
zoom in. Well, let me see. Let me try to open a new tab. See if it'll let me.
So
Yeah.
the chest is really bugging me.
Yeah, this doesn't look like it was meant to
Yeah.
be Hound. This looks like it was meant to be maybe Swindle,
Ugh.
but I don't know. I don't like it.
I understand the stylization. You got to put your spin on it, but
This
Well,
is
not
too
to the-
far off the mark.
like,
Yeah.
you can't look ugly.
Well, also
That's not even,
you can't.
No, that's not even Swindle. That is not even Swindle.
Well, here's the thing: if you showed someone that robot minus the color and then blocked out just that chest piece, I'll bet you most people couldn't tell you who that was.
Right.
I'd say Impactor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I'm
can
just
see
saying,
that.
like that is this is probably their weakest of all.
Is there another picture? Oh,
And you know
Just-
what?
just these.
That's what Paik named the thing that he shoved up his ass. Impact.
Okay, enough. Okay, I'm telling you, drop the joke.
And then we'll see Henry unsubscribed.
Yeah, well, but
But
you know what he's
I'm
going
not
to do
saying that-
afterwards? He's going to go watch Deep Impact.
I didn't even see this till now.
Yeah, that gun is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But to what Sony was saying, I think that there's stylization and there's stylization to a fault. If you're going to stylize something like that Soundwave, I don't like how he's got like the Chun-Li thighs and everything. But
Yeah.
he's still recognizable as Soundwave. Like there is nothing about this. Oh man. Pig says, I love it all. He says, I was busy doing a video manual. Now I'm listening to your Matt, contain yourself about what that video manual is about. But yeah, at least in Soundwave, you can recognize that it was supposed to be Soundwave. So,
Dude, even the font is freaking ugly.
I think so. Jedi says, "What was that female bot in Beast Machines?" I'm wondering if, I mean, Strika.
Strika, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could see. I really do think this looks more like Attacker than Hound. I think that was a good call out there.
And it makes me wonder if that's have they been doing repaints and remolds? Maybe that's in the future.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a good question.
Unless you count Seekers and Magnuses.
So Flames Toys' bread and butter is their, larger, very, premium figures.
I disagree. I think they've shifted gears. I think that they've made their bread and butter the model kits.
Well, I think that's because 3-0 took over the bread and butter.
Yeah.
3-0 and what's the other one?
YOLO Park. And YOLO Park, I know we talked about that Megatron, but what was the price on that Megatron? Because that was insanely cheap.
50?
Early buy is $50.
Yeah. Yeah, and so they're giving you like a G1 style Megatron with like all the details you want, and it probably is going to be very easy assembly with minimal paint. So it's like anybody can make one that looks good, and then the people that are into painting it can make it look even better.
Here's the thing about Flames Toys. Flames Toys is part of the Sentinel label, so they've got a lot of that company and 1000 Toys. So it's all one company with some slight with different flavorings on them. So you talk about their bread and butter. It's very adaptable. It's very fluid.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised if Flames Toys but I think the Flames Toys has the Transformers license. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Hasbro license, because Flame Toys also did those.
G.I. Joe.
I just feel like they're blowing it. You have the license and you're blowing it.
I agree. I mean, if they made a truer G1 Hound, I think people would be excited about this.
A highly articulated Hound model. Yeah, Matt would be all over that.
Because the G1, the articulation's here, but the aesthetics are not.
Like MDLX is kind of a good example, right? It's stylized. Some people it's too stylized, but
the thing about MDLX, I think, is that even with that stylization, the characters are still recognizable.
Right. The essence is still there, and the essence is gone. Did you see the Devastator though?
The Flames Toys one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been out.
It's also very
and it's small.
It's like got gigantic hips and weird proportions and.
But remember, I mean, I unfortunately got screwed out of it because of them screwing up my address when I moved. Oh yeah, let's go next.
Yeah, you know we're gonna get into a third party kit that I'm actually really excited about. I'm sure T-Man, if he was here, he'd be gushing over this thing. DNA Designs is putting out the upgrade kit that I think everybody thought of when Legacy Prowl was shown off. So.
You have to explain this to me.
So in Transformers Animated, Prowl had more of a samurai personality. He had a different deco because he's based off of like a California police colors, Chips colors. And so he had armor that turned into a sidecar in the third season of Animated.
Didn't he get that from? He stole it from Lockdown.
Yep.
The extra armor.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I watched all animated, but not well apparently.
Yeah, he teamed up with Lockdown and he made the armor, and he was trying to be like a little more badass, and that toy was so well executed too.
Yeah, it was. And I really like how they pulled this off. I like the fact that one, it can all be displayed like this. So if you want to have the stock figure and you want to have the armor off the side, you have a way to put it all together. I think that they need to color match this gold a little bit better before it comes out. So I think this gold is a little bit too, I guess, too gold. It needs to be a little bit more yellow.
Their gold is better than the Hasbro gold. Okay,
it is, but I mean, you want the thing to be kind of in keeping. And again, it says prototype. Final product may vary. Did they have a price on this yet? I'm guessing this will probably be around, probably like $40 domestic.
It should be more than the toy.
Yeah, it'll be more than the toy, but I still think this looks really good. And I think for an upgrade kit, it does a lot of cool stuff. Like they even should hear everything in the sidecar mode can be stored. So
cool.
Yeah. All right. We do have one more third-party piece, and this comes from Third Party Unlimited. Share this out. It's up on Weibo right now. A company that I really like, TransArts, is doing a Silverbolt next. So we get a good look at the prototype renders of their Silverbolt. And man, I really, really enjoy everything this company puts out for the most part. Like their Black Arachnia has some issues, but I still think it looks really good. I'm excited for this guy.
Yeah, I mean, they're finally extending the line that Takara never did.
Hopefully, we can get a Quick Strike next.
Yeah, but Takara's been strangely silent on Masterpiece lately.
Yeah,
we've only had anything. We've only had one announcement, right? It was the hoist.
I think the problem is not that there hasn't been one announcement. I think the problem is they're putting things out that American fans don't really care about. They've released the movie
box.
Masterpiece tattoo version of Starscream. So the Revenge of the Fallen, Dark of the Moon Starscream came out. They've had the trains coming. They had what else did we get this year? We had the Dia Burnout. I mean, we had all of those Burnout. I'm sorry, all the Skids repaints. So Trailbreaker and Hoist were the bigger ones, and then the trains. They're just coming out with stuff that I don't really think resonate with fans in the U.S. because they're deeper cuts. They're more obscure characters. It's like, hey, Takara, you can't forget about the core characters. You can't forget about your Constructicons. You can't forget about doing Coneheads and not making them Takara Tomy Mall exclusives would be huge. There's a ton of mini bots they could do, but the problem with doing the mini bots is it's just like, Fans Toys is coming out with them and doing them way better. They have a cliff jumper that they've been hanging on to. I'm fairly certain it's real. Where's that? That should be a kind of a tentpole release, even as iffy as that mold is. So they're coming out with stuff. They're just not coming out with anything that resonates with the core fans.
But if you remember, what was it, 2018 or 2019? They had an MP release a month.
It felt like it, yeah.
It was or it was like 6 weeks. I mean, either way, it was fairly rapid release schedule.
I mean, back then the thing is they were doing the NPM stuff. I think that's when they were doing Beast Wars. I mean, you can blame some stuff on COVID.
Most of it on you guys.
But I just think that they're focusing on things that are a little bit more experimental, because I mean that Lunar Lander Optimus Prime is Masterpiece scale, but it's not based off of any pre-existing character. I mean, it's an Optimus Prime, but it's a Masterpiece scale figure that's just kind of a high concept thing. So McLadder says Takara may have license issues for Cliff Jumper and others. I mean, with Cliff Jumper, I would think because Porsche and BMW are one and the same, they would probably working on that. I mean, Paramount obviously had to get the Porsche license for Mirage of all things, so I'd be curious to see what they do there. It'd be possible.
It's not like I don't pretend to know the intricacies of getting licensing, but I guess I would think that you would have that agreement mostly in place before you put in the R&D to develop the figure.
I think sometimes they just kind of shoot first and ask questions later. Like, hey, we have this, because I feel like if you're going to a licensee, you're going to want to have a prototype. Like, hey, Porsche, we have a prototype.
Sure,
here it is.
Right, but I would think that would be a digital proto or something, not a fully painted, realized figure.
If you're retooling Bumblebee, why not? Now, I would think that they would probably want to knock out Cliff Jumper and Jazz all in one go, and then with Jazz, they're going to do Artfire. They're going to probably do, not Artfire, Jackpot, Meister, the G2 version. With Cliff Jumper, they'd probably just be like, hey, let's also fart out Hubcap. They're going to make their money there. So,
right,
it'd be interesting to see. But yeah, I'm in for this. I love trans arts. This is going to be, as soon as they can get it. My God, ShowZ's been screwing me over with that Megatron though. It's been kind of like lost in the mail, and now they're telling me go to the post office and work it out with them. Well, the post office has no fucking idea where it is. So it's like, hey, between Yun Express and the post office, it went to New Jersey. So if anybody has had this experience with ShowZ before, please let me know. So
how long has it been in Jersey?
It's been there since the 12th of May.
Oh,
yeah, it just hasn't. They're like, they told me it departed, and it was waiting for the post office. So like, where the fuck is it? But I'm dealing with two people from ShowZ. The first person, like legit named Casper, told me, hey, if you don't get it between 30 days of May 12th, just let us know and we'll send you another one. So I think I'll be okay. But the other person, Megan, is like, oh, work it out at the post office. So what were you saying, Sony?
Well, it's usually once it reaches here, it's pretty much they hands off, like it's out of their hands. But I will tell you, ShowZ is pretty good at like taking care of shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fairly confident it'll get worked out. It's just I've been waiting for that Megatron for like a year. Like when Patriot Prime reviewed it, I'm like, oh man, I want that. And then I was waiting for it to come in domestically, and especially after seeing like the issues with like things breaking and the QC issues, I was like, yeah, I'll wait for it to come domestically. And then they did the V2, and everybody's like, yeah, the V2 is good. But I was like, I'll order from ShowZ. I mean, this you guys know I got that Star Toys Blitzwing in like 9 days from TF Safari. So yeah. Kev says Zero got ghosted, and Stunning Brave Manatron says ShowZ is already on my end. Right now they're having issues with PayPal. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our non-Transformer stuff. Let's go in. So, Valiverse, they're doing a reissue of Wave 1. Mm-hmm. So, this is interesting.
Not all of it, but of some of it.
And let's see, it opened another window.
Now, I heard Wave 1 had some decent QC issues. I wonder if that's being correct.
It has been. They've redone all the tweaks and upgrades with everything from the Series 2 and Series 3 type of engineering fixes.
All the weapons are thicker plastic, and the joints are supposed to be a lot better.
Yeah. I have a Swarm figure.
Reissue the Swarm backpacks.
Yeah. Are you trying to get on their website?
Am I not sharing out?
No. Or you're sharing a different screen.
I thought maybe you're having more technical issues.
I
am. You're having technical issues.
Come on, Gramps.
You know what's having a technical issue is Pig's butt. Crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Gotta change them batteries, Pig.
That thing's getting talked about. That thing's getting used so much, it should be.
Anyway.
Yeah, so they are reissuing three of their main figures from Wave 1, and they are the three that were the hardest to get, unless you want to pay aftermarket spikes. So Bone Collector and Condor and the main baddie Carrick. Now they all have minor changes from the Wave 1 releases in regards to deco or slight variances with some of the colors overall. But yeah, so that's kind of exciting for those that are coming in a little later to the game. But as Dave mentioned, it wasn't the smoothest rollout. We had about I'd say an 18 to 20 hour window over there where the website just completely paked the bed. So, but
well, now that's a thing. Someone right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so thankfully it's up and sales are able to go through. And Bobby did say that he would have an amount of these reissues available next week at Joe Fest. So
how excited are you for that? Like to go and
I'm excited for multiple reasons. One, it's just a weekend for me to get away, and I'm going to Georgia. I've never been down to Augusta. And yeah, this is just like, it's a convention that is not either a Comic-Con or not like I have experience, but I had the one TFCon that I went to. So this is just something different, and know, we'll go down and I'll go down and see what's going on.
Take some pictures.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to stream some stuff that weekend, and I'll try to do some quick impressions of things I do pick up. So, but yeah, it starts Friday night.
Nice. I imagine it being like TFCon, but
I'm sure it'll be a good time as long. Now they also have that Desert Trooper and the Desert Gear. I ordered all three of those reissues, and then I also got the one Desert Trooper and one of the Desert Gear.
Oh, cool.
Is it sponsored by Valaverse or is it?
No, there's a bunch of different companies that are going to be down there. Actually, I can't remember if Hasbro does anything.
Are you going to meet Sergeant Slaughter while you're there?
I may. You had to check out the web or my channel to see what's going on.
It's kind of like PowerCon too. PowerCon has a lot of that's interesting as well with his presence. But JoeCon, I think, is going to be a lot of that more military style of figures.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of the stuff I think from people I've spoken to that are regulars down there, it's a lot of you get a lot of vintage stuff available, which I'm not into, but I know a bunch of other companies are going to be down there. I think Animal Wars of the Kingdom is going to be down there, which means Kato and Inutabi will be down there working at that.
You're gonna hassle him.
Show. Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, overall, I think it's just really just going down to see the panel that Bobby's going to have out. He could have the prototype sample of the vehicle, so I'm going to try to get as many pictures as I can for that. So,
and then tomorrow is the big reveal of whatever the hell they want to use our points for.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what exactly that is. Speaking of G.I. Joe, there is going to be the HasLab stream coming up the end of this, the beginning of next week. So June 5th, 11 a.m., they're going to reveal what the next HasLab is. A lot of people are thinking it's going to be classified. I think it's going to be, I think speculation is going to be the Striker. I don't know what you guys are feeling on that.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, some people have been talking, saying it's going to be the Dragonfly helicopter to marry with the Sky Striker. So it'll be for the
vintage,
smaller, the 3 3/4.
I'll take that because I don't want to.
Honestly, I'm realizing the 1/12 scale vehicles are just too big. So I have the other one. I have the Sky Striker, the one. What is it?
Huge.
18th scale.
Yeah, 3 3/4 inch.
It's massive.
Leave it at that. Yeah,
it's massive. So there really is no reason for them, like unless it's like what's that guy? The one that's coming out now?
Trouble Bubble.
Yeah,
we'll look at that next.
If it's single vehicle things like the RAM cycle.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Well, that's the main thing everyone's been seeing is that there are these smaller
Right.
one person vehicles going out. So
That snow vehicle, whatever it was called.
What's the what was the Cobra vehicle, the blade with the rotating? It was like a wheel that they sat inside and had the red.
Yeah.
What is
buzz
it?
saw.
Yeah.
something, yeah, some rotor saw. I know someone
You got
3D printed it.
I have the original, and it's always stuck in nostalgia.
The buzz bore. I think it was.
There you
Yep, the buzz bore.
You know what I think would be perfect is if Hasbro went to Jazzwares and said, "Hey, what you're doing with Star Wars right now with these is it Jazzwares that's doing them? Whoever's doing the micro, yeah." I think a lot of people, if you just wanted your representation for Joe vehicles, that would be perfect. It wouldn't break the bank. It would be the fun little desk figures. You could have one shelf with all the vehicles in a war, and then you can have your 6-inch figures.
Yep.
I like the concept of having the 6-inch figures. I think the Hiss tank's iconic, the Striker's iconic, but I just don't think that a lot of fans can do the vehicles. I'm sure there are people that are gonna want them in 1/6 scale because 1/12 scale because hey, I'm just collecting GI Joes. This is what I want. Just I'm sure there's a lot of people that are I can't collect Masterpiece. They're too big.
Right.
Yeah. But
well, it's like Fortnite's having that problem with that boat.
Well, I think the Fortnite toy line is having problems in general. I know T loves it, but just the way that I see those figures moving in and going directly to Ollie's, that boat already hit Ollie's before it hit main retail. So
yeah,
Anyway,
as you can see, we got some new stuff on pre-order today.
Yeah, so a lot of Joe pre-orders dropped. I'm shocked that the fucking the Python Patrol Crimson Guard sold out instantly.
Yep. It looked a lot better than the initial pictures.
It did. Now I feel like that one's going to be easy. I think Target put up their pre-orders
they did. I got them all in order. Yeah. I've got one Crimson Guard on order. And I also I pointed this out in the chat. The presentation today was probably one of their tightest ones they ever did. They didn't do a whole lot of fluff. They just went straight to the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Arctic Bat is probably one of the best looking bats I think I've ever seen. The variety on this thing.
I got two. I put two in order. I love that new chest.
I like the head, the alternate head, the chest. I love the chainsaw arm.
Mm-hmm. And it's also sold out.
Yeah.
So
BBTS I think has it on order.
Do they? Okay.
Did Amazon sell it too?
Amazon sold out.
Wow.
Yeah, I got the two. Yeah, I got my two. I mean, this looks so much better. And my problem with the first one because it was using the Python Patrol that green motif.
The background.
Well, no, the original pictures of this had it with the green as opposed to that yellow.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. They were a darker diorama.
Yeah.
So it kind of muted everything.
You can kind of see it on this box here.
Yeah.
See what Dave's saying. Where
this looks a lot better, and I really like the fact it still has the crimson bands and the crimson shoulder piece. Like I said, I ordered just one. If I see a second one in stores, I may pick it up. The helmet looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
And Princeton, Inutabi is doing some awesome stuff with those 3D printed vehicles. I know Firetox, I think, is working on some, and I think Larkin's also printing some up as well.
Well, Mac, you can order me 9 more, okay?
Yeah, I'm just getting one.
Yeah, this is leading my Python Patrol.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
This is the weakest one.
It's weak, but I think it works as its own character. I think this also looks better than the regular Dusty, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I've got the Tiger Force. I've got them separated as a separate display, and they look good together. He's going to look really good next to Rakondo. He still is better than Tiger Force Duke.
Yeah. Then we get to the treble bubble.
This I'm actually kind of impressed about.
I'm super impressed with this.
Oh wow!
I wish they would release the Televiper on its own with all this stuff, so you could have like
it will within a year.
Yeah.
I hope.
I am actually taking the Televipers. I will be putting Cobra's officers into that when I do my display.
Yeah,
but
no, it's nice.
Yeah, it's priced right. I think you get a lot with it. I just wish it came with a stand. That's my only gripe.
Not even coming with a stand, just not even making it stand compatible.
Yeah, like having a ball socket at the bottom, I think would be awesome. So you could just put it on like a post.
I mean, how cool would that look on those Fortnite stands? Which have pegs at the bottom. You could actually put a trouble bubble in there and a soldier. Oh god,
do we know for a fact that it's not compatible?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we do know. I just I would think it would have something, but
yeah. So we are all able to pre-order for those that want them.
Yeah, I got mine.
All right.
I ordered 2 just in case one of you guys couldn't get it. It also doesn't help that it's got the 3 heads don't help.
No. Yeah, that's the other aspect too. Is they're setting you up like, hey, you want a few of these.
I actually think it's kind of goes to one of your complaints that you had with the series. With those 3 heads on there, that'd be a perfect evergreen purchase.
Right.
Rotate them out.
Right, exactly. Because I like all 3 of these head sculpts. That's the problem. That was like with the blue ninjas. It was like, man, I really like the like the Okage head sculpts or whatever they were supposed to be. But all right, let's move on because we're getting short on time here.
You already lost Sony. Good night, Sony. Take care.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk some Marvel Legends stuff. So this one's a really interesting one because it's coming really late in the game, and it's, from what I can tell, it's a reissue. So they're doing a Infinity Saga Gladiator Hulk.
Be right back. I got just the thing. Keep on talking.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a compliment sandwich on this. Like, I've messed with this figure before. It's a good figure. I think that it probably could have used some retooling because none of this is going to be pinless. That said, I like the fact that the price point is $40. I mean,
it has a blue. They changed the shoulder pad.
Right. They changed the shoulder pad and it looks better painted because I think the original one didn't have the accurate tattoo deal or the paint or the war paint.
Same tattoos.
The war paint's the same?
I'm looking. I'm holding it right here.
Okay. So just a change of the shoulder pad. It's a second chance. Did the original come with an extra hand and head? Because I can't remember. There was a point in time when Build-A-Figures did have alternate heads. That's one thing. I don't think
it has the second head. I don't think it had the rate. I think the head is new, and that hand, that fist might be new.
Okay. Yeah.
All I just know is that these hammers are droopy. Like they literally.
The hammers on that original one, yeah, they did droop. And then did they have like the dry brushing? Because it looks like there's like a bronze dry brushing going on this.
Well, it looks like they kind of took advantage of the marbling.
Yeah.
To make it look like it was dry brushed.
But I mean, for anybody that missed out on this, I'm getting ready to sell my. I have the Gladiator, Thor, and Hulk from Figuarts. Open up box, and I was like, "Oh shit, I still have these." So I'm getting ready to
say, I thought you.
I did a purge, but
I thought you purged.
Yeah. But yeah, I still have those, so I'm getting ready to sell them. But yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for anybody that missed out. I'm glad to see that they're going with a $40 price tag because they easily could have done like what they did for Cyborg Spider-Woman.
But you see, this also makes Ronin that much more infuriating.
Yes, absolutely.
Because this was a Build-A-Figure. Yes, a Build-A-Figure for $40 is fine. Ronin was not even a Build-A-Figure size figure. So
I think it really just sucks with the direction they've taken Build-A-Figures lately, and now they're more or less an afterthought, whereas previously they added value.
Well, I think I don't follow it that closely, but it would seem to me that they're struggling to come up with relevant Build-A-Figures each time, and it's suffering for it.
I agree and disagree.
Yeah.
So Dave, you go, because I know you got stuff to say.
Well, those last couple of 2-packs that have come out, Blob should have been a Build-A-Figure.
Mm-hmm.
That Moondragon and Drax 2-pack, Drax could have been a Build-A-Figure.
Yep.
So right there, that's 2 figures right there that could have been that could have been Build-A-Figures. I mean, hell, I could have seen Ronan in that wave. Just
Ragnarok could have been a Build-A-Figure from last year. Remember, they did the cyborg.
No, Ragnarok wouldn't have been a Build-A-Figure.
Could have been though.
I'm looking at them. Maybe, but I'm just saying. I mean, all those would have been a better figure than, say, Cosmo the dog.
Right, because they've gotten small. Like I remember when they did Mantis,
and Okoye.
Yeah, well, Okoye definitely felt weird, but Mantis especially did when everybody was like, "Well, why was Mantis the Build-A-Figure when it should have been Death's Head too?"
Well, you had that, and then Jubilee was a Build-A-Figure one time.
Yeah,
Jubilee was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, and actually, that is one of the most expensive Marvel Legend waves because it was a Toys R Us only wave right before they went out of business.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy to think back that there used to be exclusive waves. That X-Men wave really haunted Toys R Us for a long time.
So,
moving on to our next bit of Marvel Legends news, we got a look at the No Way Home 3-pack, and this is actually up on Robot Kingdom right now. So okay, go ahead and take a look. I think this is also up on Pulse.
Yeah, I think it's sold out on Pulse though.
Yeah, but we've looked at this before. I think this is a cool 3-pack. I'd like it a lot more if we got like a Maguire, a Holland, and a Garfield face. And this is my least favorite web effect of all time. Just that kind of toss that in there. Like, but I think these look awesome. I just don't know that it's like worth $90. Because I mean, you're looking at, you're looking at $25 figures, 3 of them. No actor likenesses. There's Spider-Man. This is going to sell. If they had put it in at $70, I think they would have gone gangbusters.
$89. Those are not $30 figures.
Also, I dislike the fact that the hands are so inconsistent. I think each one of them should have had a pointing finger. They should have had thwip. They should have had wall crawling and fist for that price. If you're not going to do the actors' likenesses,
2 of them have pointing hands. The third one doesn't. I don't get it.
Yeah.
That does not make any sense at all.
Yeah. I'm not getting them. So
yeah,
absolute hard pass.
So let's see here. We're gonna look at a few more things here. Let's go. Just trying to be mindful of time. We're gonna look at the Figuarts Indiana Jones next, because this is interesting. Like Figuarts just kind of astounds me how they kind of conduct themselves lately. It's just like, man, they're so unpredictable from where they were like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, anything hot was coming out. Like you had Figuarts, you had like, any Star Wars release.
The likeness looks
any
good.
Marvel movie. Yeah, I like this a lot. If this goes on sale, I'll get it as my Indiana Jones.
I put the Hasbro one back on the shelf. This one, at least, I could.
Yeah.
I could build a diorama for this.
More or less, this is kind of a preview. Now I know they're coming out with a deluxe one from Hasbro that comes with like the fertility idol. I kind of like the way that looked. If the price is right on this and the accessories are there, I'd be like, okay, I'll.
I was given explicit instructions. No fertility idols are allowed in my house. We have one kid. We love her to death, and we're happy.
And you tapped out.
So, I mean, this is interesting. It's just more or less a wait and see for me. Like, because I could easily get away with, like, okay, hey, Hasbro's got a $30 Indiana Jones, comes with everything I'd want. This import one probably is going to be at the very least 50, at the most 90. Likeness is great, but it doesn't scream Harrison Ford. I don't think this is any better looking than the Hasbro, but I know that the tolerances and the articulation is going to be there because, unfortunately, the Hasbro, it's the Black Series team, and it's not going to have the articulation.
Right, I agree with you. That's why I put it back.
So
that's what we got.
Okay, next.
All right, next up, we got a NECA Turtle release. They are going hard with the comic stuff. Okay, well, I think this is one you'll actually appreciate, Dave, because this is going to be their troop builder. This is the Foot Enforcer.
Oh, I appreciate.
So, I do really like this design.
Yeah.
I mean, they're digging deep on turtles. You got to give them that. They took that license, and they are just. If this was Henry's ass and that was the turtle license, it would be so far up there that they'd be seeing teeth.
So, I mean, it's cool that they got the soldier. I'm curious how they're going to do the turtles and how they're going to do the foot soldiers. I mean, are the turtles going to be individual releases? Are they going to be a 4-pack?
I think it's a 4-pack.
Yeah,
I would hope they'd be a 4-pack.
Anthony's Customs did a prototype.
Yeah,
and they were all 4. So
yeah, so the molds are the same, but the details on the shells on the front are different, and some of the wraps have different details on them.
Yeah, it looks like a cool set. So
yeah, and I mean, I don't know whether you like or hate Anthony's Customs. He's usually pretty harsh on toys. His reviews are usually fairly negative on things. He was gushing about these, so if they passed his muster, they must be pretty decent.
I did my movie Turtles. I'm good.
Right, same. That's where I stopped.
Until you get the samurais.
Nope. I have I don't care one bit about those. I didn't get the TMNT2 turtles either.
All the girls say I draw the line at the samurai.
Yeah, I skipped the TMNT2 turtles because it's just like they're redundant. They have longer bandanas.
Yeah.
Well, and the accessories, I guess. Did they come with combat gold cuts? Because that may have tipped.
I'm pretty sure that Mikey had the sausage links. So
because God forbid he actually uses nunchucks.
Right.
Which that sort of retroactively shitted on the movie for me because I've always liked Turtles too. But then it was pointed out that they specifically avoided using their weapons, and I'm like, fuck! Now I can't unsee that.
Oh, it's just like I can't watch the Spider-Man cartoon. He was never allowed to punch a villain.
And then when they ran Beast Wars on Fox Kids, they edited out all the contact stuff, with bright lights, but could have caused epilepsy. So, all right, next up we got some news from our boy Todd. Always sending his message of open the wallet. More Batman. Man, he goes hard on the Batman stuff in this line. We got Batman, Batwing, and the Two-Face Batman coming out. So,
and they got the contract for 3 more years.
Well, that's our final bit of news.
That should be a darker gray.
I think it should be a darker gray, and I think this would be good for page punchers, to be honest. I'm at least glad to see that he comes with extra hands and a batarang.
But you know, too, while we tend to complain about the choice of characters, there's no collector or kid or Batman fan that can't go into a store and pick up a Batman off the shelf.
Exactly.
There has always been, thanks to this line, a at least decent Batman on the shelf. Usually, most of them are pretty good, right? With some notable exceptions. But on at the end of the day, like a kid or a collector can go in and get their Batman fix at any point in time.
And I've only seen two, maybe three figures that have been hard to pick up. One was the Nightfall Batman, which Mike got for me, which I would love for them to re-release in the proper colors. And Bane, god damn it, never did see him in shelves. And Parallax, I never saw in shelves.
But again, those are specific. Yeah, I mean, this is just anybody that wants a Batman. It's
right. There's a Batman out there.
Yeah. Well, and that's right. Like you guys were talking about, like evergreen figures and the need to put your most popular characters front and center. Like Marvel Legends does it with Captain America, and McFarlane's doing it with Batman. I think it's cool to have all those options. I don't touch the stuff mostly, but it's nice that they're there.
I wish that he did the 66 Batman stuff in the multiverse instead of its own line.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
I get he dive in scale because you wanted to do vehicles.
Exactly. And it's a different type of collector.
Yeah. But I still would like an Adam West Batman as part of the multiverse, just because.
He actually, the Adam West Batman is canon in the multiverse.
Really?
There was this thing of Batman going to different dimensions, and then the Adam West one gives him a utility belt. And then later he gets attacked by like some kind of crazy shark, and he has the bat shark repellent.
Oh, that was recent, wasn't it? I just saw the page of that.
And they call it saying the one Batman who's like more prepared than any other.
T, you're an armchair quarterback right now, T. We got one more thing to talk about, and we'll get through this. I mean, this is a cool design for Batwing. The Two-Face one is interesting, but yeah, to Matt's point, it's like
darker armor.
Yeah, at first I was like, wait, is that sigh? Oh, and I had to look because it kind of looks like
darker armor. Yeah, and look at the pictures right now.
I said Nightwing.
Even when
even on his box art right there, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, the DC, like the original, the Mattel one was much better.
You could tell pretty often that they choose the image for the boxes and that way after the fact. Yeah.
I will say at least they've recycled those effects parts from the one Batman Beyond, the more tuned.
They use those on Batman Beyond and the Batwoman Beyond.
That's right. She had them too.
But damn it, Todd! How do you? He screws up those colors. I don't know how to repaint that.
Two-Face actually comes with 2 extra pairs of hands. So I mean, I'm glad to see, like in the case of this line, they're not reducing stuff. I mean, it's always been light on accessories, but at least like they're not upping their price and they're not reducing. They're not taking things away. I'm sure Batwing will probably come out with a darker color scheme. That's what
I was hoping for the stupid Nightwing, the Azrael one.
And too, at the end of the day, these are 7-inch figures. So by sheer force of the scale, you're getting a more figure for your money than you do with the 6-inch scale. So off the bat, you're getting more for it. Accessories or not. I mean, some of these guys, almost all these guys, come with more accessories than your average Marvel Legends anymore.
Which is sad. Which is very sad because they're smaller and they cost more. You would think that.
And Marvel Legends has been doing this for so long, and especially with the they have all this almost 80% the same parts and pieces that get recycled over and over and over again.
And Todd uses so many unique sculpts.
Right. Exactly.
It's the crazy part
where you can look at his Batmans, and most of his Batmans are not retools of the same parts and pieces. I mean, I'm sure they share some here and there, but
he's not doing pinless. I mean, that probably factors into it.
And there's only a certain part of the populace that gives a shit about that,
And Jedi says at least McFarlane is using good plastic wherever the factories. I think the plastics, their accessories though, like sometimes, especially when he does swords, they're made of too soft plastic.
Agreed.
Like in the case of Deathstroke from the Arkham series, for instance, like that sword.
God, that was a piece of junk.
Yeah, and as much as I like the medieval Spawn, like his sword is way too soft, way too soft.
And as far as the DC stuff goes, of course, his figures are hindered by lack of firearms, but that's not his doing.
Right. Also, I wish they would just remove these and give us something a little bit better. Like give us one more accessory piece in place of those.
No, those stands are needed for McFarlane figures.
For female characters, for sure. For Catwoman, yeah.
I don't think Doomsday needed that though.
Yeah,
he hasn't come out with a Doomsday yet.
You're right. You're thinking Devastator.
Well, yeah, but it was Doomsday.
Basically Doomsday, but not. Last little bit. McFarlane Toys and Warner Brothers extend their licensing agreements. This actually came out on the 31st. And this is no surprise. I mean, McFarlane was the number one selling action figure line in 2022. So yeah, the press release basically says since 2019, McFarlane partnered with Warner Brothers Discovery Global Consumer Products. Wow, that's a mouthful. To bring iconic and fan favorite characters to life, from DC Multiverse collection to the most recently Movie Maniacs collection celebrating Warner Brothers' 100th anniversary. McFarlane and WBDGCP, imagine if they still had AOL in there, will continue to bring fans high-quality detailed collectible figure statues and vehicles with an extended partnership between the two companies through 2025. So they basically extended a couple years. I think this is great. I just hope that with this agreement, Todd still is trying to compete with Hasbro, because I think competition is a great thing, and I think Hasbro needs competitors to make themselves better.
Agreed.
So,
can we look at that article mentioned Movie Maniacs? Are they bringing that line back?
Yes, they are.
Oh, yeah.
I love Movie Maniacs. I have a bunch of the originals.
So I think it's exciting that it's going to open up the catalog of Warner Brothers movies, as far as like what we can see outside of the DC characters. I would also like to see him just do like some classic Looney Tunes stuff. Maybe like do like a Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. Maybe do Pinky and the Brain. Like, a lot of this stuff that comes through like some of the more import-esque companies. If McFarlane did them, I think he could just be like, hey, this looks good on a shelf. I'm trying to think like what they could do with Movie Maniacs with the Warner Brothers license.
What couldn't they do? I mean, you could do with a deep dive of that catalog.
Because there's Halloween. That's the first one that comes to mind.
Matrix.
Well, yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, technically, Mortal Kombat was a Warner Brothers movie.
It's still Warner Brothers property too. But
yeah.
Todd just lost the Mortal Kombat license, so.
Right, with NetherRealm, but I wonder if he could do the Mortal Kombat movie stuff. Like, if you get what I'm saying, like he'd move into that. I mean, it is a Mortal Kombat. I'm sorry, it is a WB. Annabelle, Godzilla's, through that.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pan's Labyrinth. I mean, I wonder if this
deal NECA's got all his licenses right now, and I think I trust NECA with them better than Todd.
Well, I do too. Like NECA is going to nail the sculpts every single time, and I mean, NECA's are going to cost double what a McFarlane figure would. But I've never had a NECA release where I felt like I was like gypped.
Nope.
I'm willing to bet Beetlejuice is like they're doing Beetlejuice too. I won't be shocked if we get like Beetlejuice figures from McFarlane.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm reading about it. The movie Maniacs figures it's not going to be the same line.
Is it going to be statues?
It's going to be the first, where the classic line was based on movie villains and horror. The first wave of this movie Maniacs includes Bugs Bunny, Harry Potter, The Wicked Witch of the West, and Ted Lasso.
That's bizarre.
That's what this is saying.
That's movie Maniacs, Ted Lasso. I mean,
Ted Lasso. It's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah.
The ending is
and
so good.
they do look like statues. Yes, they're statues.
Like
It
Bugs
looks so
Bunny
good.
would fit, but yeah, it's like
He is a
you know,
maniac. That's true.
compete with the import market. That's what I want to see Todd do.
Roy
I
Kent.
get that he likes doing the statue stuff, but I only ever like even in the 90s and the 2000s, I only ever saw the statue stuff get clearanced out.
Well, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to end on you got to remember the origin of NECA was the original movie Maniacs team wanting to do
Right.
action figures.
Right.
That's where
That-
NECA
I
came from.
And I see the appeal of statues. Like, that's easy tooling. They can stamp those out like nothing.
You don't have to worry about posing it. Some people
Yeah.
are terrible at posing figures.
Right. And that's true too. I mean, well, I was talking from a manufacturing perspective, but yes, from a display perspective, if you don't want to fuck with all of that, then yeah, get a statue and set it there, and you're done. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Which again, like, not to get into it, but a lot of people's Transformers collections could change them out for statues, and they would never know.
I mean, Certain Games here says Lord of the Rings Balrog statue. I mean, Lord of the Rings doing those statues would be huge.
Right, doing anything from Lord of the Rings has got so many creatures and notable characters that's a gold mine that's yet to be remined lately.
Yeah, especially the Peter Jackson stuff.
No, I'm talking about the original 1980s movie, the animated,
The Ralph Bakshi one
with the nightmare
the
inducing
rotoscope stuff.
the nightmare inducing animation.
Yeah, was that Rankin Bass?
That was Rankin Bass.
Yeah. And then the
Yeah.
movie didn't actually finish, right? It just ends without, like, they were gonna have a part 2 or something, and never actually.
No. That's the that's the Balkashi.
That's the
one.
Ralph Bakshi one.
Okay.
That's the one that
Yeah.
just ends.
Yeah.
That's the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, that's the Lord of the Rings, Ralph Bakshi, and then the Rankin Bass did the Return of the King, which basically started right at the end, and you're like, wait, is that Bilbo? But they're calling him Frodo, yet he has the exact same animation design and the same voice actor.
Right. Well, they're family. They're related, right? You
Yeah,
can do
exactly. It's like Vin Diesel says, family.
All right.
Okay,
Don't make me hit the
wrap-
GIF.
Well, wait, you have a gift for it?
No, don't make me hit the video.
What's
almost 11.
what's the video?
Wrap it up. See, wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Well, on that note, this has been fun. We have a figure reaction coming up next Tuesday. Before we wrap up this episode, Dave, let us know what our fans are in store for. Who's going to be on the show? What's going to be the topic?
I'll be having Mike on there, and then a guy named I don't know him too well. Mike's recommending him. Nick from
Niles.
Niles.
Niles from the ERC group.
Yes. So,
And this is going to be about what is your definitive figure? What makes a definitive figure? What makes a definitive? What makes you saying this is the figure I'm going to have? I'm never going to replace it. Oh crap! I'm replacing it. So.
Check out the ERC group on Facebook. It's Transformers ERC. ERC stands for Exclusives, Repaints, and Customs. We had Dr. Diecast in the chat earlier. It's his group. Sony's very involved there. So, yes, Robot Show Tunes. That is Niles French. Awesome, dude. So that's going to be Tuesday at 9 o'clock.
Is it Tuesday or Monday at 9? Is it Tuesday or Monday?
Tuesday, I thought we said.
Tuesday at 9. I want to make sure everybody knows. Set your calendar. But pro tip, if you ring that notification bell, it's right next to subscribe and the
There you go.
Ring that notification bell, you'll get an alert.
Monday the 5th. Sorry, it is Monday.
Okay, so Monday the 5th, 9
I gotta make that
o'clock
card
on the
fit,
Figure
yeah.
Action channel, we'll be going live with
Awkward.
Niles French, and Mike talking about definitive figures on Figure Reaction. So, yeah, that'll wrap it up for tonight's show. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody who popped in the chat tonight, said hi to us. We appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Make sure on your way out, if you haven't already, slam that like button, hit that notification bell if you haven't already. If you're not subscribed, make sure you do that too. And we'll see you all on the next one. And that'll be here next Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern. Peace out. Bye-bye, and have a great one.
I would say real quick a special thanks to people that popped in the chat, and even specialer thanks to people that popped in Henry's ass.